All right, I am back with a brand new DCEU update. I've been kind of missing in action this week. I had some crazy things happen this week. I had to spend a couple of days working on my new demos for my voiceover career. I've got a new website going up with the new demos shortly, and if you guys are interested, I will post those things here so you guys can see those when I get them done. But I'm really excited to have these new demos done and to get them back. And on another note, our family vehicle almost caught fire this week, which was interesting. So we had that going on, and it ended up being the alternator, which completely drained the battery, and I spent 2 days taking out the alternator and getting a new alternator put back in and putting the car back together. It was fun. My brother helped me with that. So that's where I've been this week. But I wanted to get a new DCU update up. So I have something I'm going to share with you guys today that's very interesting about, that David Zaslav actually had a meeting the other day, and I'm going to share this article with you, and we're going to kind of go through it a little bit. But first I want to talk about all the rumors that are being thrown out there. All right, it's pretty much confirmed at this point that, hey, Superman is back. He is going to be in multiple films, and apparently right now he is currently shooting some scenes for The Flash. Those are part of the reshoots that they're doing. He is going to be in Black Adam for sure. I think that has been pretty much confirmed, and I have more proof of that here today. I actually took some screenshots. I took a screenshot of something I saw from I almost said Black Adam, from The Rock yesterday, and notice at what he says at the beginning. I think this is very interesting. It's very telling that he is definitely going the Zack Snyder route, and he understands what the fans are looking for. If you don't know, the tickets for Black Adam are currently on sale, and I really wish I could have done a video about this yesterday, but I just did not have the time. But if you haven't gotten your tickets yet and you're looking to get the tickets, they are currently on sale now. Go get them. I got mine for the 20th, so I'm going to see it the night before it officially gets released. I am working with a local movie theater to see if I can actually get in much sooner than that, so I can have my review ready to go and ready for when the embargo hits. I am looking for more support on my channel so that I can do more movie reviews and actually get those reviews up in time to make an impact for people looking for some reviews. So let's talk about this article. I'm going to switch over to my desktop here. So this was an article posted by Deadline, and this is interesting. Warner Brothers Discovery CEO David Zaslav on rumored merger talks. We are not for sale. All right, so let's talk about this here. This is interesting. There was a town hall meeting on Wednesday with a bunch of people. It was the entire Warner Brothers Discovery, the entire organization was there. It was over Zoom, and he laid out the current state of the company and the industry, acknowledging the hard times amid a slew of cost-cutting moves and layoffs, and emphatically addressing merger rumors, with CEO David Zaslav exclaiming, "We are not for sale. Absolutely not for sale." Okay, and whoops. That was interesting. Let me go back here. So this goes back to what I talked about in a previous video. With them announcing with this merger that they have a 10-year plan and they're trying to put people in place to kind of run the movie and the TV division, I don't see them wanting to go up for sale. I mean, they are invested in these characters. And I can tell you right now that when Henry Cavill shows up in Black Adam, one of the things David Zaslav talked about at the very beginning of this, that he was going to definitely change that. He said Superman had been shoved into a corner, and he was going to be bringing him out of retirement. And so I think this is going to be, if he is in that movie the way everyone says and all the insiders say, and, we even have my favorite person, I can't even think of her name, off the top of my head. Anyway, she came out the other day and admitted that, he's actually going to be in multiple projects. And, everybody was reporting on this crossover that she talked about, that The Rock wants to create a Justice League Suicide Squad mashup to go after Black Adam. And I don't think that that's true. I don't think you would need both groups to take down Black Adam. I think between the Justice League and Shazam, I think Shazam and Superman alone could probably take down Black Adam. I don't think they would need to bring the Suicide Squad into this. But that's what she is kind of touting. You know, she's trying to gain more clout at this stage because she was so wrong for so long, and now she's trying to make up for that. I love how she jumps on the bandwagon as soon as things start going the way she said they were never going to go, and she was pretty locked in on that is not that, you know, Henry Cavill was never going to come back. All right, so let's continue with this article here. It says this is according to sources on the Zoom. That the CEO didn't specifically address which company he was referring to, but the assumption by many was that he was referring to Comcast. And there was no mention of any pending layoffs. Moving on down the line, he believes, and I do believe that this is true, he says, we have the strongest hand in the industry. We have everything we need to be successful, to be the biggest entertainment media company in the world. Yes, this call lasted 75 minutes. And he introduced some new division heads, and this is interesting. So they have the HBO and HBO Max Chief Content Officer is Casey Blois, Warner Brothers Discovery Group Chair Channing Dungey, and Warner Brothers Motion Picture Group Toppers Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi. Now, I'm beginning to think now that these may be the individuals that are going to run the DC universe, which may not be a bad thing. They still haven't hired anybody, and they are going to be in charge of the whole, theater, basically the big feature movies for Warner Brothers. And they do have a plan to release 15 to 20 theatrical titles per year, spanning all genres, not just the superhero genre. That's just going to be a part of it. But I will tell you that the DC universe is still their number one priority. They go on to talk about how things were horrible under the last regime, and they talked about the debacle of the J.J. Abrams $500 million development deal. So moving down the line here, it says they talk about on the TV side, Dungey showed clips and said there's a commitment to be the top supplier for HBO Max. The key to success in Dungey's division is an independent mindset and continuing to work with third parties that deliver great content. They actually showed trailers for The White Lotus and The Last of Us during that event. Blois did, which I'm actually looking forward to both of those. White Lotus Season 1 was freaking hilarious, and I'm looking forward to The Last of Us. My thoughts kind of on that trailer that got released last week. I'm not a fan of the girl who's playing the girl from the game. She doesn't look anything like the girl from the game. She also looks too young, so I'm not happy with the casting on the girl, but I don't mind the other casting, and it has a really good look to it. All right, so there is a hit in here. They just can't help themselves. They can't stop but help mention the Batgirl movie and how horrible it was. There was no mention of the axing of Batgirl, move that continues to pain its creators and actors, nor was there any talk about the next evolution of DC. I think that stuff is incoming. There's going to be a wait-and-see attitude right now to wait to see what happens with Black Adam, which does come out here in 3 weeks. So 3 weeks from today. I'm very much looking forward to that. So they go on the lighter side. Zaslav mentioned toward the end of the town hall that he'll give a vest to everyone. He loves his Warner Brothers Discovery vests, which is kind of funny. So this is interesting stuff going on right now with Warner Brothers Discovery. So Warner Brothers Discovery is definitely not selling. If you haven't gotten that point by now, they're not going anywhere. They're not up for sale. And I kind of talked about this in that last hit piece, that last article I went through the whole thing, and I showed how everything was fabricated. The only thing that was factual in that whole article was that he had met with somebody kind of off to the side back in July. Outside of that whole article was just fabricated stuff with nobody to back up what they were talking about. So I thought that whole article was very interesting. Now, if their stock continues to remain low, yeah, there may be a hostile takeover, but it's at least 2 years away. And right now their stock is sitting at $11, $11 a share, which is pretty freaking crazy. So I would tell you right now, if you want to invest in a company that is going to go nowhere but up, Warner Brothers Discovery is the company to invest in at this stage, which is kind of interesting. All right, I do have another DC-related video I'm going to do here, hopefully in the next couple of days on the I might have a chance to do it today. I don't know. It's going to be on the destruction of DC Comics. I think one of the worst comic books ever to come out was released this week, and I'm definitely going to talk about that and how this is probably the nail in the coffin for DC Comics. I really think they're going down a path they will not be able to return from if they don't correct the ship pretty soon. All right, so look for that video shortly. I do appreciate the support. We'll see you on the next video.